Someone asked me what a situationship is, so I kindly explained. I said a situationship is when two people are attracted to each other and they start hanging out. They're maybe talking to each other every day, texting, sending photos, gifts, all the joys. But then one day, one of them realizes, it's been 4 months, I've met his friends, I've met his family, and we even have nicknames for each other. We're surely dating. So I told him what happens is that person figures out what's going on, but they end up never bringing it up with the other person. And then all of a sudden, we're at month number 10, and they still don't know for sure if they're in a relationship. So I told him that's what a situationship is. And he says, why would anybody do that? And I was like, that's a great question. And he asks what happens when you have the what are we conversation with the other person. And I told him that's when they just start to fade away until one day, poof, they don't text you anymore. He's like, why would they do that? That's dumb. And I said, yeah, you're right. That would be dumb.
You control what you tolerate. Simple and plain. He could be moving however he want to move. He could be out there with 10 women. He could be out there having sex with all these people, coming back to you, playing games, doing whatever it is that he wants to do. But you control what you tolerate. If I want something serious and I talk to you and I express that, hey, I want to be in a serious relationship. I'm not down for this. We gonna see where it goes. I'm trying to be serious. And he don't give you the energy that you expect or that you want to get back. It's on you to walk from that.
Yep.
But when you choose to stay in it, you got to take what come with that. That's on you. That ain't on him.
Yep.
And, that's where the accountability piece comes in. And a lot of women just don't have it.
Mm-hmm.
But they'll stay in a relationship 2, 3, 4 years I've seen.
Then get pregnant.
And then it's like, well, I don't know how we got here.
What's up, good people? Welcome to the Good Trouble Podcast. We are your hosts, Jack, and that is Marshmallow. Hey. So as y'all can kind of see already, topic is juicy today. We're going to talk about situationships. But it's juicy. But before we get to that, we first want to thank y'all for tuning in with us each and every Wednesday, gang, for the Good Trouble Podcast on Facebook and YouTube, and if you happen to be watching on Twitch as well. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button or that follow button if you're on Facebook. Alright? So, we want to know, how was y'all week? From last week to this week. How was y'all week? Let us know in the comments. I see Denyana. Hey, Denyana. So tell us in the comments how y'all's week has been. How has your week been?
Well, my week has been, I would describe it as emotionally open. And that's different for me because I don't like to be emotionally open.
That's
However,
That's
definitely. However, the friendship topic is what caused me to be emotionally open. And definitely a breakthrough. Definitely a breakthrough because I tend to shut down. I tend to shut people out. I tend to put on a hard do not disturb. Because, I don't want to be bothered with things sometimes, especially if I know it's not going to work out the way I want it to. Or if I feel like my communication won't be effective.
Right.
I'll just kind of try to handle it my own way. But what ends up happening is I end up blocking everybody out, including guys. So, he definitely rode my coattail this week.
And ended up riding mine too.
And I ended up giving in. So he's definitely taken me through a journey. The setup was definitely real, y'all. The setup was definitely real.
Lord.
So before you go, Ish said, Miss Durham said, it's been a roller coaster of a week. I'm with you when you're right, sis. I'm with you when you're right. It definitely has been. You and all your what?
My froth. See, it's frothy.
Okay, little frother. Can you come on and get the people what they came here for?
Anyways, my week, y'all. Woo.
Don't spill the coffee now.
My week has been very emotional. I can't even say some emotional. My week has been very emotional. I have cried more times than a little bit, more times than I would like. But
it's good to know I'm not the only crybaby.
You are not the only crybaby.
I like it.
You have not been the only crybaby. But I can say that during this week, I've gotten to speak with a side of my family that I haven't really spoken to in a very long time, really. Yeah. And it's not like I never speak to them. It's just like when we speak, it's very far and few in between. Yeah. So this is kind of like showing me like, okay, we need to get this family stuff on the road. We can't go months and months with, not speaking to each other. So, but I have cried more times than I like. I don't like crying. I don't like dealing with emotions. I shuts down. And baby, when I tell you that God would not let me shut down, He was not letting me shut down. And because of our topic last week, when we spoke on friendships and what being a good friend is like, he wouldn't even let me shut out my best friend, Taji. Shout out, Taji.
Oh, I got something about that.
So, that's how my week has been. But all in all, God is great. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. We are still here.
Praise Jesus.
Bless him.
Let the church say amen. Miss Durham said 2 buckets of water. That's Miss Thug water over there, child. She is. Anyway. Hey, Adrian.
Hey, Adrian.
So you said something that reminded me of what I wanted to share today. Mm-hmm. And let's hope y'all don't see a squirrel. So anytime y'all see me go blank, just type squirrel in the chat for me, okay? It might go on and bring me back.
I'm gonna get a picture of a squirrel and a turtle mixed together just for you.
Oh, I need a T-shirt made that say squirrel, but I definitely did see one. Run that back. What you said? What was the last thing you said?
That he would not let me shut down on my best friend.
No, a little bit back.
He wouldn't let me shut down.
I forgot, y'all. This is
so I don't remember what I said 5 seconds ago.
Right. So okay. Whatever, then it wasn't important. We're gonna keep it pushing.
We're running back when it come back.
In the middle of anything, huh?
Right.
Okay. All right,
y'all. So if by chance y'all were not on last week was the topic of you got a friend in me. you better use the vocals again. Right. Last week we talked about friendships and what it means to be a friend, how communication in friendships, are you an introvert or a traumavert, and how that can affect friendships, changing friendships. Everything was friendships, y'all. So if you have not seen that episode, make sure that you run it by. All right, it's on YouTube and Facebook already for you. Watch that episode so you can understand exactly where we are today. And
sounds good.
Which brings us to our topic of today. So, what's good?
You know what? It's a lot of things that's good, but it's some good trouble all up in that. What's good, and it's also some bad fun all up in it. You know what I mean? So, situationships. Is that good trouble or bad fun, y'all? Let us know in the comments if y'all think a situationship is good trouble or bad fun. Let's get into it, y'all. So, what's the situation with situationships? We played 2 clips. 2 different people giving viewpoints on situationships. I have to say, I disagree. I disagree with what they said.
Okay. All right. So
I disagree.
this is my first time hearing this, y'all. She wouldn't tell me before.
Oh, you said terrible fun.
Terrible fun.
No, Adrian, you can't get you no new friends. Nosy trouble? Oh, no. Okay, all right. So, I feel like they're both wrong. Because in a situationship, the essence of a relationship is supposed to be non-existent. That's why it's called a situationship. However, you have to be really tuned in to be able to handle a situationship. If you know you're an emotional person and you can get attached really fast and that person can speak your love language, you know what I mean? Like, you have to be able to withstand the temptations. Because it's not supposed to feel like a relationship. Even if you do fun things together, like, obviously outside of the bedroom, even if there's gift giving or there's conversations outside of, you know what I mean, the obvious, even if, there's going out, hanging out type thing, you really have to be emotionally closed off for an effective situationship. That's my take on it. So I don't agree with them because their conversation is around relationship, and that's not what a situationship is. So if that happens, the topic of a relationship starts to stir up, then obviously the table got to be revisited and some conversations need to be had. But all in all, the situationship is not supposed to feel like a relationship at all, period. So I don't agree with that.
So for me, I have we're not gonna talk about that right now. But for me, I actually kind of somewhat agree with how they both describe a situationship. Come on and compose yourself.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So I actually kind of agree with how they describe situationships. Only because the first video, he kind of explained it as where you kind of do relationship things, but you're not in a relationship. Or you have friends with lots of benefits that turn into kind of being in a relationship, but it's never spoken. And when you bring it up to that person, they kind of really do disappear. Like, oh look, this is only supposed to be a beneficial thing for me, not for both of us, type deal. So that's the only reason why I kind of agree with
bedroom beneficial.
Exactly.
Bedroom beneficiary.
Sign the dotted line. Okay, good. I'm sorry. Not sign the dotted line. But that's what I would describe them as. Kind of, it's a relationship, but it's not a relationship.
It's a relationship, but it's not a relationship.
Yeah, it's kind of like,
but it's you can't without the feelings and emotions, right?
Yeah, it's supposed to be without the feelings and the emotions. However, they never turn out that way because somebody always catches the feelings and the emotions to go along with it.
Feelings.
The feelings.
Okay, I'm not gonna say y'all. Okay, so let's see what the people talking about, y'all, in the comments.
What y'all think about a situation?
I gave Isha a new name, y'all. Her name is Miss Durham.
Miss Durham.
Miss Durham. She says, gotta be able to keep your feelings out the way. True. We what you when you're right.
True.
And she said she kind of agrees with the second guy, though, because old girl in this scenario set herself up.
Okay.
That's good. She said, if you say you want monogamy, and they say, let's just see how this goes, and you still stay, that's your fault. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Especially if you kind of in that mindset of I want more, or this could be more type of deal. Like, and they've already set the parameter of this is all you getting. Like, your benefit package is very limited.
But what if it's not just a they thing? You know what I mean? Like, what if this situation you didn't come into a situationship just by one person setting the tone and then the other person just agreeing? What if it's a conversation that they came into together? So you can't really say
that's true.
It has to be,
But that kind of brings us into why do we think people get into these situationships? I think personally, because a lot of times your past kind of shapes how you handle your future relationships and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
So if you've ever been hurt in a relationship, that could cause you to want to be closed off. Or, if you're in a situation where you're not quite ready, but you're dealing with this person and you feel like maybe it could go that way, I'll just stick around to see if maybe this could be something.
Yeah. That's okay. All right.
Yeah.
My take on it is a little bit different.
Okay.
And I'm saying this strictly based off my own experiences.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then looking at like how things is now in the dating world and how they have been for the past few years or whatever.
Yeah.
I think people just tired of the cat. I think people sick of the cat. They're sick of the semantics. They're sick of just the, you know what I mean? Like when you, because you get into these relationships and then it don't work out and then you gotta go through the process all over again with somebody else. And I think people are at a point where they just want to have fun. They just want to have fun in situationships. If you do it right, it can be fun. Now let me just put this disclaimer out there. let me just say this.
Disclaimer, y'all.
Disclaimer. I am in no way, shape, or form, okay, promoting situationships at this point in my life. Now, had you caught me about 2 years ago, I would have been there with you. But I have been saved, sanctified, and filled with the precious Holy Ghost, and I do not. Hallelujah. I do not promote or encourage such behavior, okay? I'm not the woman at the well anymore. I have graduated. I have definitely graduated. So, I just need to say that, okay? So anyhow, back to it. So for me, I had actually 2 situationships in my life. Mm-hmm. And I feel like they both were perfect. The very first when I was young, I didn't realize that's what it was. I didn't know it was a situationship. I was about maybe 19 or 20. Mm-hmm. And the guy I was dealing with, we used to kind of like send each other food. Like he knew my favorite meals at like Olive Garden or even like Burger King, and like if he ordered him something, he would order me something. Or if I cooked, I would take him a plate. He lived a couple doors down from me. And then
that was a beneficial.
Beneficial situation. Yeah. I mean, and
almost
then
like a relationship.
No, but see, then what happened was, they say the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. Mm-hmm. And so he was getting them good home cooked meals from a young 19-year-old. Mind you, he was older than me.
Okay.
And then he ended up moving. He ended up getting his own house, and I only had one child at the time, so he propositioned me to move in with him. And he told me I didn't have to work. I could go to school full time if I wanted. All I needed to do was just take care of the house and take care of, cooking and take care of him. He would take care of the bills, and if I decided to work, I could keep the money. But I was, I'm just going to leave it at, I was afraid. So I didn't, not of him, I was afraid, and I didn't, I didn't go there. That was one. I'll let you talk, and then I'll spin a block on y'all. But before you go, let's see what the people say.
Right, what the people got to say?
Miss Durham.
Miss Durham.
Mr. Ham. It's like, nah. Okay. Said people make these arrangements all the time, but in the end, you're partaking in intimate activities and fighting against nature. And your brain, fighting against nature and your brain to not develop intimate feelings. And she also says, I need those kind of benefits. Oh.
Bye.
She said, one dude said, if you cook for me, then we go together. Baby, I ain't never packed a pot so fast. I literally can hear your voice when you say that, and I can see your face. And that's crazy. Not I ain't picked up pot so fast. That's a good point, Ish. So I got a point as far as what you just said, but go ahead.
Yeah. So when I was in my situationships, they was never they was never really beneficial to me. I had limited benefits. My benefit package wasn't premium. It was just standard. So, but
right now. Go ahead.
But I was also in a very dark space in my life during those times too, where, for one, I had came out of a relationship, an engagement, and it tore me apart. So dealing with that and not really even healing from it, I literally hopped from that relationship to the next situationship, and the guy was exactly the same. Oh, right. He was exactly the same. So
same
it was
face differences. I mean, same
situation, different face.
Like that, yeah.
Same situation, different face. And I was just like, ugh. Like once I woke up and was like, that's not it. That ain't it at all. I was like, we gotta stop that. But not you drinking water.
Carry on.
But following that, I found myself in these different situations where I was, they had a premium benefit package. I only had the standard one. I was still bronze. But I found myself staying in them because mentally I wasn't there. Mentally, I didn't feel worthy of anything more. So I felt like in order to keep a man, I had to do what they wanted in order to at least have someone around. Because my self-esteem was low. Like very low.
So you're saying that could be a contributing factor in women or men coming into situationships because of their self-esteem?
I do. I do believe that. Because sometimes they may not feel like they're worth having a sustainable, healthy relationship, or even being, someone that someone cares so deeply about that they're willing to just be monogamous. So,
wow.
Yeah.
That's good stuff right there.
So we'll cause ourselves to stay in situations that aren't healthy for us.
Hold that thought. Hold that thought. He said, or Miss Durham said,
Miss Durham,
you won't get me. Then she said, oh, okay, Jade. I think this is a little bit shady. She said you ain't negotiate your contract right. I'm sorry. This was before I was a realtor, so I didn't have no negotiations. You didn't have no negotiations. No. That came in handy, didn't it? It did. Being a realtor? It did. Writing contracts, negotiating. I know it did. Oh, yeah. All right, so this y'all telling y'all all my business. Right. This last situationship that I had a couple years ago. This one I came into because both him and I had just like kind of at some point within like maybe 3 months or so of the time frame that we met, or not met, or that we decided to, had come out of relationships, and we was just in that space. So, ooh, y'all, hold on. Hold on, I'm thirsty. Okay.
I wonder if y'all could hear.
So here's the thing. This one was different than the first one. This one we had, like, he was my man. That wasn't my man.
The man that's not a man.
Yeah, he was my man. That wasn't my man, and he was the most compatible person I have ever dealt with. For him not to have been my man, like we was compatible, and it was just like, and I'm not just talking about behind the doors. I'm talking about like compatible, the things that we, into. It was like we built a really good friendship outside of course, the obvious. And we talked about everything. I mean, everything. We had them kind of conversations. We were open about the type of conversations we had. We talked about our past. We talked about like some embarrassing situations that we had been in. We would, I would say this, when we were together, we treated each other like royalty. He treated me like an absolute queen. I treated him like an absolute king. And you never had that? And it was really great. It was really, really great. But something happened and I split. When I tell you I shut down emotionally, because I'm a person, my love language, my number one love language is communication and comprehension. And so for us to have been as close as we was, and he didn't communicate a particular thing to me, I'm not saying that he had to, but taking in consideration all of the conversations that we have had, and by his own law, that when we were ready to not do this, we're grown, so we're going to communicate that. But I think somewhere he may have forgotten that, and maybe he thought that we would continue. So he had ended up getting back with his ex. That was the situation. But I found out on social media. So I didn't even say anything to him. I didn't bring it up. I just cut it. I just cut it off. And unfortunately, the friendship got lost. You know what I mean? That sucks. Yeah, it does suck. The friendship got lost because even if he would have been honest, like, hey, this is the deal. Okay, cool. We could have still been friends. No, it is what it is. However, y'all, it got real. So you were talking about at some point people catch feelings, right? Now, there was just this one night we were talking, and I realized he was in his car, and so he got off work. He sat in his car. He FaceTimed. He sat in his car, and then I'm wondering like why okay, maybe because sometimes as women, well, as mothers, I know me as a mom, like when I come home from work, sometimes I just sit in my car. I don't go straight in the house. But he did that. But then he hung up, like, all right, I'm about to go in the house. Like, he had to hang up before he went in the house. So my antennas started going off, Magnum PI, and I started to ask him, like, well, why? And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I left it alone. I didn't say anything. When we hung up is when I realized the girlfriend was at his apartment. And that's why he couldn't talk to me in the house. So I was like, huh. Now, mind you, this was kind of like like a conversation we had in between. So we weren't dealing at that point because, like I said, we cut it off. But I forgot why he FaceTimed me anyway. But anyway, I didn't like. I just stopped talking to him, but I didn't ignore him. Like if he had reached out to me, I answered. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it was that type of thing. And then what happened? I hung up, y'all, and I had been drinking that night too. Cause I had got home from work and I had my glass of Bacardi and and I was.
Oh, you was sipping.
Yeah, it was like the mixture thing. It was like So I had a Bacardi drink. I know that ain't no joke. It ain't no joke. And I was feeling it. I was a little bit tipsy, and then all of a sudden, that's when I realized I caught feelings. And because I was in my feelings, and because I had the liquor up in me a little bit. I almost picked up the phone and called him and told him what was going on. And I looked at my phone and I said, Star, you tripping, girl. Put that phone down. And out of that situation came a poem. Sorry, don't canvas me. I ain't gonna do it today. However, but till this day, and he is the person that I talked about last week. I said I had 2 friendships. This is the one that I'm speaking of. Till this day, we have a good, we have good communication. We don't talk as much as I would like, but it is what it is. And I mean, like on the friendship, real friendship aspect. But listen, there are 2 rules, 1 rule really to this thing. Rule number 1, never catch feelings. And if you do, you better take it to your grave. Rule number 2, never forgetting rule number 1. That's law. Situationship 101, section 8. Okay?
Well then, I think we can cut it off right here, right now.
Yeah. I mean, but there's an exception to every rule. So if that happens.
So if you had taken that bite and let him know how you felt, and if he had felt the same way, what do you think could have came out of there?
Well, being as though when that particular night, like I said, he was back with the ex-girlfriend.
Okay.
So I don't think anything would have happened. It would have been me deciding whether or not I was going to stay dealing with him in that manner while he's in a relationship, and I wasn't doing it. However, you said something earlier, or Eve said something earlier, and this is how you know when things are starting to change, right? You're supposed to, like I said, you're supposed to take these feelings to the grave. There is an unspoken rule that if a man, you're in a situationship with him, and a man says to you, like y'all on the phone or y'all in each other's presence and y'all getting ready to part ways, and he says, what is it? What was the phrase? Behave yourself or don't get in trouble.
Yeah.
He is definitely putting his stamp on you. He's definitely telling you in a roundabout way, don't be out there tripping. Don't get caught slipping, shorty. That's what he's telling you.
Basically.
Yes. And so from there, that's when I knew that the feelings was mutual. But I think because there was a party in the middle of us, like a mutual party, and because of her, it was a relative. I was the friend. She's a relative to him, and because of that, I think that's why we decided not to even try to take it further. Even though she knew about us and everything was cool, I think it was a lot to consider. So here we are. Here I am. Opened up in my emotions and processing feelings that I thought I had gotten rid of. Okay? But we want to let that die. And let's see
got beside himself and disrespected me and called me.
My lips is getting dry, y'all, and I can't. I need my lips to be long for this conversation. Keep talking.
He got beside himself and called me an itch with a B in front of it. And just to make sure that that's what he was calling me, I was like, you might want to watch your mouth. And he said, don't be a total itch with a B in front of it. And I said, okay, cool. And since I'm that, you can get your stuff from Salvation Army if you haven't come to get it by a certain day. He never came and got his stuff, and I packed up all of his things and took it to Salvation Army. Actually, it was Goodwill. Same thing. Right up the street. And text him, your stuff is at the Goodwill. Hope you can find everything that you had. So yeah, he got upset because he missed my birthday because he was playing a basketball game that he doesn't have to pay for, by the way. But was upset with me because I was upset with him. So that kind of showed me like, dude, you're here in my space, but you don't really care. So
he just occupying space.
He was just occupying
the door for anybody else. He just taking up space unnecessarily.
Exactly. So, I was like, yeah, this is done. I can't do this. Yeah. So that's how that ended. Great.
Gratefully, I am grateful that I've never had a situation where now in a regular relationship, definitely. I had a 6'4", 240-pound silverback gorilla climb through a tiny window in my bedroom because he was trying to see if I was cheating.
What?
Yeah, because I had locked the screen door. Now I talked to him that morning. He said he was coming over, but then he said he wasn't feeling good and was supposed to call me back. He never called me back. I worked overnight. I worked 12-hour shifts, 6 p to 6 a. So when my kids would go to school, I locked myself in the house because I sleep hard. So I would lock the screen door, I would lock the door, and then whatever. This particular day, I decided to get in the hot tub before I lay down. So I got in the hot tub. My tub was like a jacuzzi type thing, and with the jets and stuff. And so I set up my phone, had my music. I had my phone on Do Not Disturb. I was chilling. I was sleeping. I said, yeah, I said. So I cut the jets off. I don't hear no more movement. Cut the jets back on. I'm laying there another 30 seconds or so. I hear something again. I cut the jets off. This time I get out of the tub. I go in my room because my room was connected to the bathroom. And here he is just standing there. I said, oh, you thought you was going to catch me slipping, huh? Why would I do that when you have a key? That just didn't make any sense. But, okay.
So it didn't dawn on him to use the key?
He couldn't because the screen door was locked. But had he called me back and told me he really was coming, I would have left.
Yeah.
But he would do things like that to see if he could,
Now that's crazy.
That ain't even half of it. But
do you still have people like hitting your line, trying to see if they can get that old thing back?
He's definitely one. But I had to literally block. I had to change my phone. Like I blocked my number for a long time.
Ooh-wee.
And then you know how when you block somebody's number, like you can see a missed call, like a block call. When your call logs out every once in a while, I'm like, I get this feeling like he gonna call me. And within a day or so, he would be calling me. One time he called me from somebody else's phone. And then so finally I changed my number. Because I was like, I'm sick of this, like I'm tired. So I changed my number. Well, he Google Duo me. And because I didn't know that I had to change my number in Google Duo, it came through.
Oh my gosh.
So definitely.
Oh,
we gonna leave that situation alone. Okay, I don't even want to speak. He is Lord Voldemort. the name that you shall not speak of. Yeah, because he appears when you start talking about him. So we want to get him where he at. So let's see what they saying in the comments.
Right. He said what y'all talking about. We are talking about situationships. Talking about situationships. Last dude talked to me crazy. I told him, if you in a raggedy crotch, you slide out of.
Is that
She did.
You said that?
She said that. I had to repent. His mama was a nice lady.
Okay, you must be way, like my phone, of course, is kind of slow on the comments.
Oh, man.
But,
Eve.
what's that?
You know what? You repented. I'm not going to get on you about that.
We're going to talk about that in the after hours. Alright, y'all. We gotta get moving along. Cause
we got a question though. Do y'all think that healthy relationships can come from a situationship? Answer that in the chat. Like, let us know right now. Can a healthy relationship come from a situationship?
Now, I can't lie.
I
gotta be honest.
Be honest.
I think if me and Mr. Friend ever really had the real conversation, I think it could be. But I feel like we don't know each other as far as relationships. You know what I mean? Like relationship is.
Right.
So I think so because we have the foundation of friendship first.
Right.
We have the foundation of friendship. Like we know each other. Yes, we know each other. So inside and out, we know each other. So it's like I think in my case, it will work. But again, people are different within relationships and what people expect. So he may expect something different from me, and I may expect something different from him. But we have to go in to this thing with the understanding that it may not be. You know what I mean? Like it may be a little bit stricter on what we can do, can't do type thing.
Of course.
Because even though I was in a situationship with him, he was the only one I was dealing with. You know what I mean? So it was like
that's how every situation and relationship I've ever been in has been. I've never been the one to just, same day, no. Same time frame, no. Like that's, to me, I can't. That's disgusting to me. No.
hold on.
Nah, I said. she corrected me. She said I said F, not if. If both parties, Miss Durham says, if both parties are truly honest, then yes. But the probability of that is very low. I definitely agree. I think that everybody is so concerned with not wanting to be rejected, I guess.
Yeah.
And telling the other person how they actually feel if feelings do wind up getting involved.
Yeah.
Because now it's like I'm going back on our original agreement of this is what this is, we ain't going no further. But now here I am, oops, I fell in love, but I don't want to tell you because now I might lose you.
Can you mind your business?
Anyhow. I didn't do nothing.
So Eve, you said, I'm curious about this question. Eve, you said, or not this question, this statement. You said, I was hoping you would tell the silverback story. Why would you want me to tell that? That wasn't a situationship. That was actually a relationship.
Exactly.
And I can't, and
without a title.
And I can't,
the way she just looked at me,
for reasons beyond my physical control, it's not good for me to reminisce on that.
Mm-hmm.
So when you coming out of some things, you gotta stay away from some things. So that's a conversation that I've learned to stay away from. it's not good.
But I realize that situationships, they normally revolve around this very specific benefit.
Yeah.
Where you know someone biblically.
No, but you should say
that's who I got it from. When you know someone biblically, but
it was illegal.
It was illegal.
It was
illegal. And a lot of times when you start like that, it normally doesn't end very well. Normally. I think that society has made it seem like it's just so normal to start like that, and then if it turns into something better, great. But yeah.
But you really just supposed to go into a situation knowing that there's no possibility of a relationship. So that's really that. But Adrian said, my relationship is a crossover from a situationship of 26 years ago. Woo! That is hilarious.
Lord.
26 years.
26 years. That's a long time.
He said,
but it's funny how things be coming right back around though.
Full circle.
Well, all connected. I'm gonna be out your business, man. The way she just looked at me, I'm gonna get out her business, y'all.
Okay. He said the crotch comedy was a relationship too. I'm done. Okay.
I mean, the Goodwill one was too, but I don't like to count it as one. But it was technically. Alright. So, are women responsible for how long the situationship lasts? That's what the guy said on the second video.
Okay.
Where basically he was saying, we allow men to place us in these situationships. So are we responsible for that, or is it a two-party thing?
See, this is why I disagree with him.
Okay.
Because you can't put the weight of this thing, this agreement, this contract on the woman. And it can't be fully put on the man either. It's two people making a decision. I mean, in my situation, we had the conversation. We was like, look, listen, this is what it is, blah, 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 blah. And we talked about it. You know what I mean? Like, when we was together, we was together. When we wasn't, we wasn't. Right. That is what it was. Now,
and it's funny because in my situation, when we were together, we were not together but together. But when we weren't around each other, it was the same thing. Like, his friends, I was around his friends, I was around his family.
Yeah.
Like, I got introduced to his mom on the second day of knowing this guy. But we weren't ever official.
Gotcha.
When he was ready, I was not. When I was ready, he was not. So it was kind of like a never-ending cycle of which one of us gonna be ready today.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I chose to stick around even when I realized that this guy is not worth it in this moment. I can't say he's never going to be because I'm not that. But in that moment, he wasn't worth it.
Yeah. Okay. So he said it's on both, but you can't make me stay in something that isn't what I want. I will peace out. And act like I never knew you. That's a hard cutoff, okay? I act like you never was born.
My cutoff game so strong. My cutoff game so strong. I don't talk to none of my exes.
My cutoff game is strong, but I'm a sucker. I gotta be honest. I'm a sucker for him. I'm a sucker for him because my situation wasn't a toxic one. It wasn't a bad one. Yeah. And the friendship was there again. So it's like I didn't really release those emotions, and because I didn't release those emotions, when vulnerable moments like this come up, those feelings come up, and then I push them back down. Yeah. But I'm ready to release them because I don't want to be held captive for no reason at all. So it's time for me to move forward and grow, which is why I've been emotionally open. Lord was like, listen, we not coming back we're not spinning the block on this. We want to do it. And it's like, okay. So no, I don't believe that.
So
I don't know.
So for me, I think it's about communication though. Like it has to be kind of communicated.
Yeah.
Nowadays it's no communication. They don't communicate like this is what I'm here for. I'm here for a good time and a long time type deal. They don't communicate that. But as a woman, it's time for us to take our power back when it comes to dealing with men. And I'm not saying that it's on us solely, but we're the ones that constantly find ourselves in this, oops, I fell in love with this guy and now I'm stuck here, or I feel stuck here. So for me, it's time for us to take back that power of, you know what, this is my heart. You're not gonna trample over it. I'm not gonna allow you to do such and such to me.
Yeah.
And likewise, I have to take accountability because I agreed to be in this situation with you.
Yeah.
But I also believe that men should start being honest when we come to them and say, hey, I caught feelings for you.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not there
yet. Yeah. I mean, you definitely, like my friend said, you're too adult, so you should be able to say, okay, we're going to continue on with this or we're not. Right. I mean, like that's the communication, but it's the immaturity. That's why I said you have to be zoned in, you have to have, like this isn't for the faint at heart, baby, at all.
No.
At all. And yeah, I
think men need to start expressing that. I've heard a long time ago that men know well in advance, like within months of talking to a woman, if that's when they know his wife.
They know within 3 to 6 months.
Exactly. If that's someone that they would marry, or that's going to be his wife.
Yeah.
Or that's just you around for a fun time.
Right.
And I feel like if you know that these are your intentions, now you do have some men that are open and honest. That's like, I don't plan for nothing else for this to go no further than what it is.
Right.
But when a woman that you're dealing with comes to you and say, hey, I caught feelings for you. Now what we gonna do? Yeah. And you're not there, and you don't ever see you being there, I think it's on the man's and the woman's responsibility for one of y'all to cut it off.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, the woman, we're gonna be the ones that's heartbroken. You're gonna be the one that's like, I'm cool. I mean,
I don't necessarily agree with that either. Because men don't express. But that don't mean they don't feel.
Well, I'm not saying that they should express, but like, if you don't see your future with this woman after 3 to 6 months of being with or dealing with her.
But that's in a relationship, though.
Of course. But even in situationships, because remember, feelings get involved.
Well, then maybe that's when it should be cut off.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's when it should be cut off. One of y'all needs to be the bigger person and say, okay, I see us going here. You don't see us going here. So we not meshing. This is no longer a beneficial for both parties. This is going to be beneficial for you. I'm going to be on bronze package. You're going to be on platinum.
Yeah. I think for me, I'm grateful because mine didn't happen. When I realized I had feelings, he was already back with his girlfriend. So I didn't have to express that. Even though I think we both knew. Yeah. I think we both, because you can't deny the essence of love. You can't deny the essence of emotions and feelings. You know what I mean? So, yeah. But before we move on, let's see with what E said, because she lighting the chat up, y'all. She said,
she's on it, y'all.
people will be like, you still talk to such and such? And I'll be like, who? You must have had me mistaken. I've never talked to anyone by that name. She is a mess.
Now, I thought my cutoff game was strong. But her cutoff game, y'all.
Like, what
situationships, alright? So, this person here, if y'all don't know her name, her name is Angela White. She formerly goes by Black China, but I'm gonna call her Angela White because that's what she has requested everybody to call her by. Because that's her government name, right? Mm-hmm. So, I wanna know. Hold on, let me put us back on the screen. All right. So the picture that was to the left was her pre taking off the cosmetic surgery. She's known for having a lot of cosmetic surgeries. Mm-hmm. Being in the adult entertainment, I guess, with OnlyFans and stuff like that. Yeah. She has admitted that she had behind shots.
She had back shots?
She had back shots. Okay. Instead of BBL. So, we want to know what y'all take on BBLs are. So, let us know. But before we get to that, some people may not know what the difference between shots and a BBL is. Mm-hmm. So, here's the simplest way I can describe it.
Give us some nasty knowledge.
Nasty knowledge.
Yeah, nasty.
Silicone shots is when they take like actual silicone and they inject it into your body to create, bigger boobs or bigger behind or whatnot. Mm-hmm. Now that
to increase your anatomy.
To increase your anatomy. To increase your assets.
Assets be on fleek.
Okay. And very noticeable too. BBLs, on the other hand, is when they take your own body fat and they take it from one place. Most of the time, it's from the stomach area. Okay. And they put it in another area of your body. So again, most of the times it's in your butt. Okay. Yeah. It's abbreviated for Brazilian butt lift.
You said enlarged your territory.
Angela, we're calling it Angela.
It's an enlarged your territory for me.
Right. So the BBLs have been so popular for the past how long?
It's been a while.
For a while now. I'd say like 5 to 10 years.
I'd say at the height of 10 years, probably.
Yeah, at the height of 10 years. Mainly BBLs I've seen more and more lately, because apparently it looks more real. Yeah. But it doesn't. You can tell. Versus the shots. Mm-hmm. Definitely. Because the silicone has the tendency to break off into pieces and travel throughout the rest of your body. Yeah. So now instead of big butt only, you have a big butt and big kneecaps. You didn't necessarily want big kneecaps. You just want a big butt. Whereas the BBL, because it is your own body fat, and I actually know someone personally who went and got a BBL, and hers actually looks good. Hers actually looks natural. But I've seen a lot of them just take the fat from their stomach and put it in their butt, but they don't necessarily do anything with the thighs, and the thigh and the butt ratio don't be matching. So that's the question that I got a question. Oh Lord. No, because this is serious. Do y'all ever like look at people and be like, I wonder if they got surgery. I wonder if they got cosmetic surgery.
No, because I feel like a lot of times it be so overboard and extreme, you can tell. You can just tell because it ain't even like a smooth curve. Yeah. It'd be like this. It comes up and under. Like, I'm like, yeah, like, it's body has like a natural curve. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like a lot of times when I see it, it's just like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know, but I feel like, is it worth it? No. I don't think it's worth it. Not even just because of the physical danger it can put you into, but mentally, emotionally. I feel like when a lot of times when women do that, there's some underlying trauma or traumatic issues. They've taken blows to their identity. They've been talked about. They've been, you know what I mean, like rejected. They've been teased about their natural weight, natural size, natural shape, all that kind of thing. So it's like, and I think that's just the quickest way. That's the quickest way for women to fix that problem, and then it turns the attention from negative to positive. However, there's the mental and emotional aspect of it, and that is not being addressed because it's like I can get a quick fix from turning the attention from a negative to a positive. Turning myself from being unwanted, talked about, shamed, to now
everybody in their mama
right. I can get what I want.
Not necessarily for the right reasons.
Right. And I'm not saying it's like that for every woman.
Right.
Maybe some women they're confident with themselves and you know all that, so they don't really care what people may have to say about them, but they don't like their own self. You know what I mean? They don't like naturally. If I lose weight, everything goes. Everything. Nothing stays. No, but when I'm around the 240 range, I kind of fill out. But when I drop down to about the 220, 215 range, everything like, whoop, drop like. You know, I wasn't blessed with the hips and the breasts and the boobs that my family, a lot of my family had, so. Yeah.
Well, excuse me.
Yeah. Y'all never go bra shopping with her. Embarrassing.
It's not embarrassing.
It is.
So why do you think that BBLs have become so popular? Like it used to be like like all the men were after the women who had natural bodies. They had to have a perky butt, perky breast, no stomach. But now it's like, oh yeah, give me the ant booty over there with the 2 large balloons.
You know what them bodies really remind me of? On Men in Black. You know the things that like AZ or AK. They look like real long sticks or something like they're brown. And when they, you know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I didn't even think about it. If I would have known the question, I probably would have thought about it. But that's what they remind me of. Like, it was a specific 2 celebrities. I won't put the white name out there. But
Hi, Myla.
when I seen them 2 pictures of them, like, by the pool or in their swimsuits, and I was like, bro, they was the ones that played for Men in Black.
Bye.
Yes,
bye.
Adrian, you know what? I agree. Somebody should just go fly on over there to the Carolina and take Isha's take her phone, her keyboard, any type of electronics. I said, whoop, drop. She gonna say drop like a mixtape. She don't know. She don't know that. Wait.
So why do y'all think that they have become so popular though?
Hold on. I don't know, because Star got a shelf back there, and that's all natural. Bye, Ish.
I mean, she don't think so, but. So would you ever have a cosmetic surgery?
I mean, I thought about it. But here's the reason why I thought about it. A BBL.
Really?
Yeah. Not necessarily to get a disproportion assets. But I thought about it only because my stomach, I cannot get rid of my stomach no matter what I do. It's like my teeth. These Pillsbury biscuits, they blueberry biscuits at that, y'all, they be popping. Y'all know how the can pop? It be like
not you doing the sound.
And just really to get rid of this. All of this, I wanted to get rid of all of this, and I was like, okay. But
so you was gonna put it back there?
Yeah.
Oh.
But then what started happening was I started looking at the process, and I would see them videos, and it was jamming that thing. I was like, no, I'm good. Then I seen they had like the drainage bags, and people was like all bent over, and I was like, nah, I'm not good with pain. I'm not good with sickness, and I'm definitely not going to subject myself to that. Yeah. So y'all, let me tell y'all something. Summer of 2023, y'all better cover y'all kids' eyes because I'm hitting the beach, and that beach gonna get whatever body I get. You hear me? So if the can of biscuits is there, the can of biscuits gonna be there, and it gonna be popped and baked and buttered up. Okay.
Just don't push my belly because you're gonna hear woohoo sound. Okay. So I have actually thought about having cosmetic surgery. But I only thought about it like towards the end of my weight loss journey. Yeah. As a just in case situation. Mm-hmm. For in case I have the stretchy skin or stuff like that. Okay. I've also thought about a breast reduction.
Well, I'm just saying, hold on. I understand. So when I wanna reduce, maybe we can go in together.
But I definitely thought about a breast reduction because these things hurt your back. They hurt.
They hurt.
They hurt.
Child, my back hurt anyway, so you know.
So are there any good reasons to have cosmetic surgery?
I think health reasons. I think if it's a self-esteem issue, you definitely need to get some type of identity coaching, identity counseling, figure out the root of that type of thing first. I think there needs to be a healthy mindset around it, emotionally, psychologically. Yes, you need to deal with some things, you know what I mean, and then go from there. Yeah, but yeah. Okay. So Mila said that she just thought about lipo. Leave her booty alone. Leave her booty alone. She must be dragging a wagon back there. She said, leave her booty alone. All right, Miss Maya, we're gonna do that.
No, Miss Durham said they look like an extra life from a bug's life.
An extra from a bug's life? I'm screaming.
Listen, somebody take her phone, y'all. For real, take her phone.
She said, poke my belly, and I'm gonna say, oh. Oh, mother. Like, what you put? He said she wanted a reduction too. Each you need one on the top and the bottom, sis, because you can sit a whole building on that booty. And if y'all don't believe me, just go to her Facebook page and look at her.
Not go to her Facebook page.
Look at her or her Instagram and look at them shots. You see that? Okay. Yeah, okay, that thing be thinking. Yeah, Maya, that thing be thinking.
Okay, so what would you say to someone who wants surgery? Like if someone came to you right now and was like, I want to go get my body done, like the works.
I mean, I would just really have a conversation of why, and you would have to go from there. You know what I mean? And sometimes you have to listen to people talk. Okay. And you have to hear what they're not saying. And you gotta be able to read between the lines. You know what I mean? Because they'll sell you a good, amp it up, pump it up, and it'll sound like, oh yeah, you know, because they want you to amp them up. But at the same time, it's like, I hear you. You know what I mean? So my thing would be to find out why, and then go from there. Whether I think they should or shouldn't, or reconsider, or sit with it longer, or whatever.
Yeah. Now, I actually had someone come to me and tell me that they were looking into getting another cosmetic surgery done to their face. And I was like, your daddy's daughter, not your daddy's son. Anyways, but I was just telling them, like, you don't need it. Like, you, and she doesn't. They don't need it. They're beautiful the way that they are. You know, they have a face that a lot of women go sit on a table to get. So it's like, why would you, you know, purposely go and do that?
Because there's some trauma there. There's something that she experienced that makes her not love herself, or makes her feel unworthy, or makes her feel not beautiful, and she's not necessarily addressing it. And of course, because when you sit with stuff like that, it stirs up stuff, shakes some stuff loose. Next thing you know, you coughing up the green stuff and the phlegm and all that kind of stuff. And healing isn't easy. So people don't want to be real about that kind of stuff, because emotional pain, I think, hurts more than physical pain. And if I can get a quick fix to this problem, I can just, and if I'm a professional at burying my emotions, I can just get a quick fix, and I can worry about my emotions. They can just stay where they at, because I know how to kill them suckers. So, you know.
Well then. Yeah. So do you think that the BBL era is coming to an end, so to speak, or is it still like, you know, people?
I don't know. But I would hope it is for the sake of our emotional and mental health. And I think that it got started because men started giving their attention to that so much. You know what I mean? Like it was like that was their fantasy. So you got a woman at home that cooks, that cleans, that know how to be a good woman, whether she was your wife or your girl or whatever, y'all building a family, but at the same time, you go out and cheat, and you cheat with somebody that's like this, or you're looking at women that look like this because she doesn't have who you are with, or who they were with, don't have that type of body, right? Don't have that type of body, and so I think that's how women started getting into that, because it's like either you're too thin, you got no butt, and society is, you know what I mean, coming down on you or whatever. So I think women shifted that way, because when other women started to do it, it was like, oh, you got Instagram models, and you got this, and I think the Instagram model era is what that made it, you know,
that made it so prevalent, like, and it was all the BBL models that was getting all the attention, and it's like, you know, no shade or hate to them, but it set a tone to the people that are coming up after them.
Yeah.
That's like, this is what you have to do in order to be accepted or loved or deemed worthy.
Yeah.
And then these are already young girls who already have self-esteem issues. And are already dealing with body dysmorphia. So they feel like they have to go lay on the table to be accepted. And I think that's where the dangers come from. Yeah.
Okay.
But I do think that it is coming to an end.
You think so?
I think so. I think with Angela, you know, reversing her cosmetic surgeries, and she looks great, by the way. With her reversing her surgeries and getting back to her natural self.
Yeah.
And then you also had Kate Michelle take out her silicone, but she was actually
sick.
Yeah, she was actually being made sick because of it. Whereas Angela, she did it because, you know, God told her, I need you to do some things.
But I think both situations is a great example of why not to do it. And if you have done it, then, you know, to reverse it. So, of course, clear indication that putting your health at risk is not it. It's just for what? For attention, for fame, for likes, for what? So you can.
Because I've seen some differently shaped people, women, get with some of the finest men in the world that I've seen. And for the life of me.
And how long did those relationships last?
Oh, they are probably still together to this day. Probably still together to this day.
I mean, because
But, you know.
That's another. I ain't even go there, but yeah. Alright, let's see what the chat is.
I don't think that your shape should have anything to do with the longevity of your relationship or why you would get this surgery. Yeah. If it's to keep a man or to get a man, you did it for the wrong reason in the first place.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I agree with that. Maya said nope. She don't think it's coming to an end.
She doesn't? You don't?
She also said some people is doing it for attention, and this younger generation ain't about to be no better. She also said everyone is trying to be famous, and they think that's a way to get noticed. Come on with the nasty knowledge, Maya. She is lighting up the chat. Easily influenced, but they had to do it because they had silicone. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You said I've seen some people create new shapes. You ain't never lied about that, man.
Listen,
that shit wasn't in the shape grid when I was in the
I ain't never known so many people to have so many different shapes. It's ridiculous. And they all got the same shape.
Right. That's what
they all got the same shape. It's like, where's the originality? They all start looking the same. They all got the same shape.
Anywho.
Anyways.
She said, dang, I wish I was there because the comments ain't showing fast enough. LOL. I love conversations like this. And then she said, right, Mr. Hearn. Maya, we definitely appreciate you for tuning in, rocking out with us on tonight.
Yes, ma'am.
You and Ish are definitely keeping the chat.
Right.
Wait a second, Ish. She said, decagon.
Lord, what kind of shape is that?
This is what I'm gonna tell you, baby, and I love you dearly. But it's time for you to go to bed. I want you to log off.
It's bedtime.
My nephew needs you. Our nephew needs you, so just go on and log off, and you can come back and watch the replay. You know.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So, all right, y'all. Let's get into like.
Should I play
What we got? Yeah.
I'm playing now.
Let's do it.
Look, honey, I stepped on the scale the other day, and I looked down at that number, and I said, ha, the armor of God sure is heavy. Hallelujah.
President Trump is joining some of the most incredible people in history being arrested today. Nelson Mandela was arrested, served time in prison. Jesus was arrested and murdered by the Roman government. There have been many people throughout history that have been arrested and persecuted by radical, corrupt governments. And it's beginning today in New York City. And I just can't believe it's happening, but I'll always support him. He's done nothing wrong.
Okay. First of all, hold on, y'all, because the Lord is really dealing with me about my mouth. So just pray for me. Pray for me in this moment that I'll be able to communicate this without getting in trouble. Because He don't let me be great. Now, I almost said it. This female species had the nerve to compare Donald Trump's situation with the persecution of my Lord and Savior, Jesus, the only Christ. I can't tell y'all how unnerved and unhinged I am about this, okay? Let's just say the Lord is faithful. Because baby. But we're going to make that a whole conversation.
So we're going to get into this next week. But this heifer had the unmitigated gall. And I would call it, this heifer had the unmitigated gall. First of all,
unmitigated gall.
The persecution of my Jesus is nowhere near on the level of no one else.
Definitely not Donald Trump. And I'm not
let alone Donald Trump.
I don't deal with politics. I don't, especially publicly. I don't comment on it. It touches a nerve like the relationship conversation, so I stay away from it. Mm-hmm. But that right there,
we gonna talk about it. We gonna go a little bit more in depth about it because this stuff has me nerve.
But that's all I
That's all I did.
That's all I clip before that.
Listen.
Since we're preaching on.
Listen. You are looking at the full armor of God, honey. We heavy over here.
I'm screaming. We heavy over here.
We heavy over here.
Definitely heavy, child. But we working on it.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
we still gonna be the full armor.
I was gonna say, yeah. Baby. But
it's gonna get lighter and tougher.
But as I said, better cover your kids' eyes at the beach this summer.
All I'm gonna do.
Insults and assaults, and I don't care about none of that.
Insults and assaults.
Yeah, baby, and I don't care about none of it. So
all I can say is hide kids, because when these Pillsbury rolls come across the beach and all of its buttery gloriousness,
my lips ain't working.
there you go. Just make sure your kid don't come up to me and push my belly, because we gonna go some woo-hoo real quick. All right. Anyways.
Wait, that said still don't get. Is that the person's name? Still don't get it? Yeah,
Still
must
don't
be.
get it.
She said hi, Jade, or he said hi, Jade.
Hi, Diane. Hi. Still don't get it. I wish I got your name. Right. Shout out to y'all for coming on, joining us. We got some words of wisdom for you. So, what's your word?
Now I'm closing out.
How do you close that?
I closed last. I mean, you closed last week. I opened last week. So go ahead.
Anyways, so my words of wisdom is that eggs are eggs are dairy. Eggs are dairy. Remember, eggs are dairy. They're in the dairy section. They're dairy. No, seriously. It's Taji. No, it's Taj.
Okay.
Taj. Airbnb Taj. Christine.
Oh, okay.
All right. Hey, Taj. Hey, y'all. Each
I know
you're not blocking us.
Yes.
You can't block us.
Okay.
All right. We'll see you next week.
Here's my words of wisdom. Eggs are definitely chicken. It doesn't
I'll
matter.
push her off the seat.
It does not matter
We'll
that
push
they
her off
are
the seat.
in the dairy. They come from a chicken. They don't come from a cow. They're semi-liquid, solid. And when it's sat on and it hatches, out comes a chicken. When you churn milk, which is dairy, and it comes from the udders of a cow, you get butter.
Now we talk about technicalities.
Or cheese.
We talk about
You don't
technicalities.
get meat. You don't get meat. Eggs are meat. Eggs are definitely chicken. That is it. That is all that we have for y'all. We thank y'all for joining us.
Y'all stay blessed.
Stay safe in these streets. Eggs are definitely chicken. Thank you for joining us. Please remember to subscribe. Follow, like, and share on all our social media platforms. We got YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitch. We need y'all to help us get this thing out there.
Yes.
Listen, y'all.
Share, y'all.
We do this for fun, good trouble for some, bad fun for others.